What's going on, everyone? Today in this video, I want to talk about acknowledging long COVID and how long COVID is impacting the workforce, or basically the job market. Because a lot of people just don't simply understand why there are staffing shortages right now. And hello, it can be attributed back to long COVID. Like, let's just start at the top airlines. Anyone notice all the flight cancellations lately? And people are saying, well, it could be on the weather, it could be on this or that. No. Let's go back a couple months. Masks were removed a few months ago from transportation. Within a few weeks afterwards, there were mass amounts of flight cancellations and delays. Why? People are getting infected with COVID. Then they are getting long COVID. And they're having to quit their jobs because they're getting disabled. Long COVID is not something that's minor. No, it's not small by any means. There are over 150, heck, it might even be 200 now, different symptoms of long COVID. It could be something as minor as losing your sense of taste, losing your sense of smell for a long period of time, longer than your initial infection. Or it could be something serious where you could be tired all the time and have a loss of energy. I want to tell a short story about myself. I had a suspected case of COVID back in 2020, before testing even existed. I got really sick late January of 2020 through a majority of February 2020. I myself did not know much about coronavirus at the time. I was very uneducated, nothing like I know now. As you know, I'm a huge advocate that COVID is a serious risk and it's still severe. I'm one of those, what you call, I guess you could say I'm a COVID zero person. I really do want COVID zero. But I was sick back in 2020 for at least 3-4 weeks. I mean, I was coughing really bad. I was tired. I was worn out. Food did not taste right to me. I lost my sense of smell. Heck, I basically did nothing for like 4 weeks. I mean, I was really sick. The only thing I didn't have was a fever. A couple times I was coughing so bad I would throw up. Sore throat was really bad. I mean, I had all the symptoms of classic symptoms of COVID, except for a fever, which I'll never understand why I didn't have one. But then I started to get a little bit better, but the coughing did not go away. Fast forward a couple months, I was still back to work. I mean, I switched over to just deliveries when COVID became a pandemic and everything shut down. But then come that summer, I was starting to get really tired again. I mean, loss of energy. I didn't want to do anything. So I stopped working. I went on to the government funded. I had to go into the government funded unemployment because I just stopped working. And this lasted for like over a year where I just wasn't feeling well. Sometimes I would get random GI issues where my stomach would hurt. It would feel like someone was pressing on my stomach like this, but no one was doing that. It was just all mysterious. I couldn't understand what it was. Then I went to my doctor, finally, February 2021. I went to my former doctor and told her what happened. I said, look, I'm tired all the time. I'm having loss of energy. I'm coughing, and it all came from being sick back in 2020, early 2020. I told her, I really believe I had coronavirus. I had all the symptoms. Testing didn't exist, so I couldn't get tested. She says, oh, well, COVID didn't really exist here in the East. Really? COVID didn't exist here in the East? There were a lot of people that were mysteriously sick all at once in early 2020. But we simply didn't have testing, and when testing came in March, ooh, voila, look at all these people that are sick with coronavirus. So no, COVID did exist here, but people just won't acknowledge it. And the same thing is happening in the workforce. A lot of people are saying, well, there was the unemployment, people were getting lazy and they don't want to return to work. Hello, I returned to work. In May of 2021, I did return to work. I worked that whole summer. However, I really limited what I was doing come that winter. As winter started to come and Omicron took off, I really limited what I was doing because I didn't want to risk reinfection. And another issue that I had, I should mention this, as of May of this year, April of this year, I went to see a breathing specialist, a asthma and allergy specialist, because I switched doctors, and he recommended I go to an asthma and allergy specialist just to see what's going on with me. And he found out, this new doctor found out I have low-grade asthma. Didn't have that before coronavirus. So you get where I'm coming from here? A lot of people are having new issues that they did not have before COVID. And for many people, they've had to quit their jobs entirely. They're still not back to work. I'm lucky that mine is not really a severe case of long COVID. Some people are getting it where they have to sleep all day long. And they just do a simple task. That's it. No more energy for them. And it's really bad. But the workforce does not acknowledge this. People are being forced to go back into the office. People are being forced to get infected. And people are getting disabled. Each wave that we have of COVID, somewhere between 20 to 30% of the infections get infected. Well, if we keep doing these waves over and over and over again, guess what's going to happen? Eventually, you're going to just disable everyone. And the workforce is going to be so depleted that it's going to say, serve yourself. You want to take a flight? Guess what? Get on that plane and fly it yourself. You want to go to the grocery store? Sorry, it's going to be 24/7 self-checkout. And this goes beyond that. You want to go to the emergency room? Sorry, self-service. We don't have enough staff. The emergency room is closed for today. You'll have to go to another hospital that maybe it's 30 miles away, 40 miles away, but I can't do that right now. I got a medical emergency. Sorry, we can't help you. All of our employees got long COVID. This is what's happening, and it's real, and it needs to be acknowledged. It needs to be treated like any other disability that is going on. I mean, some small businesses are having to close their doors because they can't find staff or they have lost staff that are now out with long COVID. So I hope this helps a little bit to understand. This is just the first video we're going to do on this topic. We're going to cover this topic in many different ways, and sometimes we're going to do some data-driven stuff where we can actually see how many people have left the workforce because of long COVID. We're going to discuss the symptoms of long COVID going down the line. I really want to make people aware of what's going on because there's just a lot of people out there that just do not get it. They don't understand what long COVID is. You mention it to them, they're like, what? You get COVID for 5 days and you're good to go again. No, that's wrong. COVID affects everyone differently. Some people are asymptomatic. Some people are now sick 2.5 years later. Okay? Stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching my little rant here about long COVID. And remember, we're all in this together. We will hopefully one day get through this and we can do videos about, something nicer, not related to COVID. Take care, everyone. So long for now. Bye.